Here's a little update on my seedlings thus far for 2021. This is Orangium, variety blue glitter from Johnny's, I believe. And I got this one started a bit too early. I've never grown this before, and I kept reading that it took quite a long time to really develop. So here it is, and it definitely germinated much faster than I was expecting, but you live, you learn, and hopefully they'll do just fine. Over here, oh, here's some of my, this is lemon eucalyptus. It smells exactly like that citronella bug spray that you would buy at the store. So I'm going to put this over next to the bog in pots and hopefully keep some of the mosquitoes down. Wishful thinking maybe, but man, it does smell good. I'm smelling my hand right now. Okay, so behind that I have, let me zoom in here. These are my Lisianthus. I just transplanted these and I'm not quite sure how they're going to like what I did to them, because they really should have gone into these bigger blocks. But we'll see. We will see. All right, so what I think this guy is, this taller one here, is a Stilby. And he seemed to be the only one that popped up. The others are out going through another cold stratification before I bring them in and put them on, put them in some warmer temperatures. But this one sprung up really quickly, which makes me think it's probably a misplaced seed. So it's my mystery seed. We will see. Behind this guy, I've got 3 buplariums, if I even said that correctly. Bronze Beauty. Again, these are the 3 that kind of volunteered very quickly, and so I decided just to go ahead and stick the others in outside to germinate naturally. I really need the space, and it's not a flower that I'm really going to focus a lot of time on this year. So I've got my 3, and whichever ones want to come up naturally in their own time will be fine. Not forcing this one for sure. And here we have my coffee, which was germinated this morning at about 100 degrees. Just kidding. Okay, so what's in here? Okay, so this first little box is more lavender. I just started these, and there are ridges in this box, so the cubes float around just a little bit. But these are going to take a couple weeks for sure. They just got started. However, I've got like 50 of them already down in the basement, and I plan to start even more. I think I have like 10,000 seeds total. But you can never have too much lavender, can you? I didn't think so. And besides, I'm going to sell some of them, so the more the better. All right, what's back here? Oh yeah, pink polka dot. Let's see if we can zoom in. Whoa. Happened a lot faster than I thought it would. Okay, so here are my pink polka dot plants, and this is a house plant. However, I do plan to use it in some arrangements just for fun, because I like to do photography as a hobby, and I will sell some. So these have been sitting in here for, oh my gosh, 3 days, and already look at them. There's some coming up that you can't really see in the video, but these are my pink polka dots. All right, what's in this bag right here? This is where my, I'm not gonna open it all the way. This is where my lavender was birthed. In fact, there's still probably 100 lavender seeds in there, but I think the germination rate is like 5 to 1. So I don't know how many more are going to pop up, but already today I've counted two little new sprouts, so they'll be transplanted very, very soon. And that's the lavender. All right, so this package and the package back there, these are different Astrantia varieties, and I just moved them back in from cold stratification outside, so I'm not going to open them. They are thawing, rock solid when I brought them in, but apparently they've got to go through a few cycles of warm, cold stratification, so I don't know if I'm going to get any sign of life anytime soon, but who knows, they might surprise me. And down here we've got some eucalyptus and a failed propagation experiment. Well, yeah, no, it's not totally failed because there is signs of new life at the bottom. Just this top part has decided to die on me. This is Goodwin Creek lavender, and I just experimented with placing it without hormone or anything into some potting mix, and we'll see. I got lucky the last time I did it. So, and as, let me see if I can zoom in. See, there is new life at the bottom. Hey, so maybe we'll see. We will see. I love Goodwin Creek lavender. Okay, what's in here? Oh yeah, eucalyptus and another one of the lemons back there. I think I got about 9 eucalyptus in here, which is way more than I actually need. I'm not going to produce a lot this year of eucalyptus, but more of an experiment in getting acquainted with growing it more than anything. This is red buttons. This is an ornamental grass, and I'm really excited about this. Again, one of those things I would probably only have to start once. Hey, my favorite. So red buttons, and it's only been in there a couple days, so it's got some time. So what's in this box? Well, I want to show you something. You see that green top and how you look through and you see these little things that look like new sprouts coming up? They're not. And every time, without fail, that I come to this box looking with hope for signs of life, I get let down because my brain immediately sees these little dots, like right there and right there, and it's like, yay, sprouts, but then this happens. Nothing. This is Zulu Warrior, which is a very prickly thing, but a gorgeous flower, and I believe it's a perennial. I want to say it's a hardy perennial, but it might need some winter mulching to make it through the main winters. We will see. Some of these, that's why I'm starting so many. Besides, I don't want to mow. So if you don't want to mow, you plant more flowers, right? That's how it goes. So these have not come up yet. They've only been in here a few days, so we'll leave them alone and come back later. Okay, I'm super excited about these. The ones on the left here, these are Liatris Floristin Violet, I believe, and no sprouts yet, but they're gonna take a little bit more time. However, look at what we got here. This is sea lavender. I'm super excited about this one. Coming up in spades, sea lavender, status, so it makes an excellent dried flower as well. And I don't know if they're going to make the winter, but I think they do self-seed, so hopefully I won't have to start them again and they'll just pop up the next year. But these are just starting to come up, and I forget how long they've been in here. Let's see, way over here, this first little set has not started coming up yet, but this is GM. I love GMs, and it's a variety called Blazing Sunset. So I've never actually seen this variety in person, and I'm super excited. It's got a really nice coral color to it, and I absolutely love coral. Okay, so this is not a seed technically. It was at some point in its life, right? But nope, no more. So this is my protea, and I cannot believe that it is still alive because everything I read said they are impossible to grow indoors, and so I got it as an experiment, and guess what? It took a while, but I have got new growth. This whole section right here is new, and where did it go? Where did it go? That section right there. That's also new. And if I'm really lucky, a flower will come from that. Oh, and we've got a little ladybug in there. The ladybugs really like this plant. This is where they seem to lay their eggs, or their, I guess their eggs, and I'm always catching new ladybugs coming from this place, so they're guardians of the protea. So yeah, that's the update. February 1st, 2021, and this is the garden space indoors where everything's starting, because I don't yet have a greenhouse, but that's changing. Oops. Yep. A few of the roses. Oh, I've got a whole room downstairs and plenty more behind me, but that's it. And you thought we were finished. Just kidding. I forgot these guys, which are downstairs in the basement. Hello, Icelandic poppies. Okay, so this is also my first year growing Icelandic poppies. And my dog is barking his head off because he doesn't like that I'm down here without him. So Draco and I have a guilty pleasure, and it's called Swan's Delivery. Every 2 weeks, we get ice cream treats. Yeah? Okay. And my God, we live for Swan's ice cream treats. Just eating the paper. Figuring out how he's gone through this so fast, because I never actually watch him eat it. But it used to take him forever, and he'd just lick the thing until it was gone. But recently, he's had it for maybe 2 minutes, and the whole thing is gone except for the wrapper. And I think I figured it out. He's actually cutting the wrapper, and apparently he's devouring it too. Good thing it's biodegradable. So yummy. Nothing better than ice cream in the winter. Oh, yeah. Was that amazing? Oh, yeah. Okay, took a little Swan's break, but I'm back to show you the Icelandic poppies. I'm so happy these germinated. So I read so many conflicting things. You know, a lot of the stuff I'm growing for the first time, from seed anyways, and I read so many conflicting things about Icelandic poppies. Some said it was the easiest thing to grow, and then you have articles on like Floret that said they have to be grown indoors and in a certain way, and then said outside, and da-da-da-da. So I didn't know what to expect, but as you can see, we have got all sorts of sprouts in there. And of course, despite the fact that it's going so well in here, I have the itch to experiment, and I am so tempted to put the lid on this box and set it outside in the freezing weather, because I mean, after all, they are Icelandic poppies, right? But the issue is, I don't want them germinating, or not germinating, growing so quickly. I need it to pace a little bit better for planting, and the way that the Floret article described it was that you start them in the fall and you place them outdoors, and that they would just kind of as seedlings, and they would just stall out when the weather got really cold, and then when the weather naturally warmed, then they would start growing again. But I'm hoping I can simulate the same sort of process in this tote, which is what I'm using. See, this tote box. But if I can do that, then I won't have to worry as much about transplant shock, because they are obviously taprooted, and I don't want the roots getting too developed in this box. So I do have another whole box of Icelandic poppies, which I sort of divided my eggs in baskets, so to speak, and I started those outdoors in a box to naturally germinate. So even if this experiment goes wrong and setting them outside, I will likely still have over 100 coming up in that other box. So I'm really tempted to set these out and see what happens. We will see. I'll let you know. It's so hard to resist a good experiment, especially when I've got so much that I'm growing that I can honestly afford to, have some failures if that's what happens. And I have 10,000 of these Icelandic, I think it's meadow pastel or pastel meadow seeds. So plenty to work with. But yeah, so let's see. In this box I have, and actually I don't know if I'm going to be able to, see if I can just ease this up. This is another experiment. So, I mean, starting the seeds wasn't much of an experiment, but these are some of my lavenders, and as you can see, I've got this, my hands are, I have Raynaud's, so you can see them turning white. I've got this, it's designed for the refrigerator, obviously, but it works just fine down here. It's sitting right about 60. Overnight, it's getting in about the 55 degree Fahrenheit range. But it's cooler than what I would normally have seedlings at. And I'm growing so many of these that I just want to see if I can get away with having them down here. And that way it frees some of the warmer space up for more varieties. Like I'm starting dianthus this week, and I'll need the space up there, at least until I kick the roses out, and then there won't be such competition. But I have at least another month before the roses are kicked out of the nest and into the greenhouse, my little bushcraft greenhouse going up, and there will be another video on that. But for now, this is where we're at, and other than introducing all the roses, which I'll do later, probably on the greenhouse move, that's what I've got going on, and that's a lot for January. A lot. So, man, if this is just the warm-up, then March is going to be pure madness. Okay, also a quick peek at what I've got going on outside. I'm not going to go through each of these, but you can see from the left all the way to the right, I have got stuff already seeded going through their cold stratification phase before being brought indoors and started on heat mats. Some of them anyways. Right here is a white eryngium, Miss Wilcott's Ghost, and what do we have here? Danish flag poppy, blue poppy, and I also have some bread seed in here somewhere. Let's see, this is a Stylus. It's a red lily, and something that the label actually is sticking to the bottom of this because it was frozen and I pulled it up too fast, so I can't tell you what that is right now. What do we have here? White, white and rose campions. These I just did. They got labels on them. I'm not opening those. Russian dogwood that I wrote in Cyrillic, and flowering almond. These are some bushes and trees. And then I have Rusiliana, prairie sage, and then something underneath it. Forget. And of course I've got more stuff in, more boxes. I honestly, I forget what I've got. I should have put gloves on or something. Let's see, what do we have in here? Oh, my purple smoke trees and checker lily and Kusa dogwood, all going through cold stratification right now. Oh, my fingers are frozen. I should not have done this. What's in here? Oh boy. Okay, so I've got Libertia annula, Kuska dogwood, maybe? Arantium? Arantium? I can't even say it. Buplarum, Astilbe, and something else that I may not have marked. It is too cold to continue